Hi, I would like to welcome all of you to my new learning series where I'm sharing my Visualforce knowledge with all of you. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon to get notified for all of my upcoming videos. So in the previous episode, we learned how you can use custom label in a Visualforce page, and the link I'm gonna give in the I button and in this video's description. In today's episode, I'm gonna talk about how you can use jQuery library in Visualforce page to make it more interactive. And similarly, you can also use like any other third-party libraries like Bootstrap or AngularJS, etc. So please watch this video till the end. Hi, my name is Siddharth and welcome to my channel Tech Trivia. So let's first understand why should you use jQuery library in Visualforce. So sometimes you want to use inbuilt features that jQuery provides you like sorting, searching, pagination, and because jQuery logic works at the client side, so that's everything is going to happen within the browser. So they are much quicker and interactive as compared to the pagination that we learned in our one of the previous episodes. So let's quickly build a table using jQuery library and see how jQuery functions work in a Visualforce pages. So let's log in Salesforce and see how this all work together. So once you guys log in, you'll see the home screen in Salesforce, and I also opened jQuery Datatable site. I'm gonna also provide this link in the description. So we want to build a Visualforce that will display list of cases in jQuery Datatable. And if you notice, it has got the sorting functionality. There is also pagination, 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. And at top right corner of this table, there is a search functionality. So if I just type Singapore, it just brings all of the records that matches with my text that I'm typing in. This is kind of an interactive table. If you see the response, it's much faster and quicker than the server side we built earlier. So let's first create the page in Salesforce. So as usual, whatever you see after salesforce.com or force.com, remove that, slash apex in lowercase, slash, and then type case list. And because you don't have this page, there is an option to create the one. Click on that link, create page case list. And then you see your new page is created with the congratulations message. All right, so let's start with adding a standard controller case. We also need to display list of cases, so we need to add record setter attribute, and we're gonna call it cases. You can also use case list, whatever variable name you want to give, you can give that. All right, then apex form, and then I'm gonna type apex page block. After that, let's go back in the datatables.net site, and let's quickly find examples. So there is a link over there. Click on examples, and then you can find server side example. because in our case, the data we're gonna get from the standard controller from Salesforce database. Scroll down, and then at bottom right section, you'll see server side. Click on the first one, server side processing. If you see the table, if you just scroll bit down this page, below the table, you see the code example is given, the same code that is been used to build this table. So there are a few tabs. JavaScript displays the JavaScript code, then HTML, it's a HTML code, like you can create a table using HTML code. CSS to apply the like color, icons, like border to this search text, etc. So first thing first, we're gonna build an HTML table in our Visualforce. So let's start with table, and because HTML code is not proprietary owned by Salesforce, and therefore you don't see the options are available, like when you type any tag begins with apex, you'll see the options appears in the list, right? But in this case, you need to type your code, like every time you need to just use opening closing tags. Let's quickly verify. Then you got tadd, it's for table header, tr for table row. So we want to display 4 columns: case number, account name, that's basically company, person, and status. All right, now in table body, we are going to use apex repeat. So apex repeat is basically going to accept a collection of record, a collection of value, and then it will actually iterate on that collection. So start apex repeat value, we are going to bind it, and we're going to use cases which we declare in record set var, and var we're going to set as cs, and every case we want to display in a separate row. So therefore we're going to just type tr. All right, let me save and see if everything is good. All right, syntax wise everything is good. You notice there is no syntax error, and also the table is populated with the list of cases. But you see, yet there is no pagination or sorting functionality added. So let's go back in the example, and let's start with the CSS first. Now CSS we always write in the beginning of the page code, like top of the page. So let's copy this code. Oops. And above the form, we're gonna type apex style sheet value, and we're gonna paste the value that we copied. Then we also need to use JavaScript, because this is the code that is going to, when page loads, it's going to call the JavaScript function from this JQuery library. So You need to also include this library URL in your Visualforce. Let's copy that. Now JavaScript should be written at the end of the page. So after the closing of the form tag, I'm going to type apex include script. Again type apex include script value and paste the value. And finally we're gonna now copy this JavaScript function, and you notice in the first argument it says hash example. Now what's example? Example is basically the ID of the HTML table. So let's copy this first. Oops. And then let's add a script tag. And you just need to change the table ID, the one that we have used instead of example. And then we don't really need to call ajax or any other attributes, so just remove everything. Now if you notice one thing, the odd even row color is not yet applied, so we need to just copy the class and the style from the table, and we need to apply in our table, and that is it. You notice now there is the color is applied on odd even numbers. You can click on any of the column header and you can verify the sorting is working. Bottom right corner there is a pagination buttons. You can use those buttons to navigate through the pages, and also there are arrows. The first arrow takes you on the very first page and the last arrow takes you on the last page. Top right corner there is search. I can just search for, let's say, all open cases or working case, or there are no working case. Let me search with a person name, team, and you see all team bar appears. If I just type age communication, and you notice only the cases that got account name as age communications are appear in the table. So it's working. All right. Left hand side, top left corner of the table, you see a drop down. You can simply change the number, like how many records, how many rows that you want to display in the table, and based on your selection, you notice the table data is changed. All right, great. So everything is good and it's working. All right, just to summarize, in today's episode, we talk about how you can add jQuery in a Visualforce page. And in fact, you can build a table and then you can easily call sorting, searching, paginations kind of functionalities from the jQuery library. I hope you like this video and it adds value to your Salesforce knowledge. Please hit the like button and share this with others. If you have any specific suggestions, add your comment on this video. And if you are new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button and also click the bell icon to get notification for all of my upcoming videos. That is it for today. I'm gonna see you next week with the new learning topic. Happy learning.